second baseman Joe Kanoki, the center fielder Gabe Varney, the shortstop Dawson Meyer, the first baseman Jake Marlowe, the designated hitter Brandon Hogan, batting for the pitcher John Will Jenkins, the catcher Ian Smith, the right fielder Trevor Phillips, the third baseman Ryan Thorston, and the left fielder Cole Minks. And Linderwell will have this defense behind him. Damian Black in left, Caleb Whitman in center, Aaron Demmer in right. Owen Ward at third, Max Ridenauer at short, Jared Harris at second, Kyle Wright at first, Sage Suter behind the plate, and Alex Linderwell on the hill. Chris Oberbrockling will call the balls and strikes, and Nick Willenberg will work the base pass. Joe Kanoki will lead things off, left-hand hitter against the right-hander Linderwell, as we're about ready to get things underway. Here tonight on a cloudy, humid night in Manchester. We're ready to go, and the first offering to Joe is low and inside as we get things going at 5:18. 1 ball, no strikes. Score at 15-11. The win last night matched their win total from a year ago. Linderwell with the 1-0. It's low and in. It's 2 balls and no strikes. West Delaware was ranked in 3A for a lot of the year, till their most recent 8-game losing streak, which was snapped earlier this afternoon in the win over Solon, 17-7 in 5 innings. 2 balls, no strikes, and Joe takes a strike on the outside edge. It's 2-1. Kind of unusual to play 2 different opponents in the same day in the middle of the week. 2-1 inside. 3 balls and 1 strike, but when you have rain out makeups to reschedule, you got to do what you got to do, and that's what the Hawks chose to do here this afternoon. 3-1, low, ball 4. Kanoki reaches to start the ball game. Kanoki at first and nobody out for Gabe Varney.
How about center fielder Gabe Varney?
Linderwell, a senior right-hander. Still a good amount of seniors on this West Delaware squad, 7 of them this season. Varney, a left-hand hitter. Kanoki leads at first base, held on there by Wright. In on the grass at third is Ward. And Linderwell steps off and throws the soft toss over to first base to keep Kanoki honest. Runner at first, nobody out. No score here in the top half of the first inning. Linderwell comes set, and Varney squares to bunt and gets hit in the back. Got him in the 6 in the back of the uniform, so the Vikes in business. Kanoki at second and Varney at first for Dawson Meyer.
How about the shortstop, Dawson Meyer?
Right-hand hitter against the right-hander Linderwell. Linderwell making his first start, his 6th appearance. He's 0-1 with the 2.42 ERA. Dawson bunts up the first base side. Linderwell, the pitcher, covers, throws to first base late as Jared Harris, the second baseman, was late covering the bag. So it'll be a bunt single for Meyer. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the first inning. And Jake Marlowe with the chance to put Decorah on the board. Infield will play back up the middle and up at the corners. Wright will hold the runner on at first. Marlowe stands in from the right-hand side of the plate and looks at a strike on the outside edge. No balls and 1 strike. A Kanoki walk, a Varney hit by a pitch, and a bunt single, we'll put it in quotes, from Meyer, as the second baseman Harris was late on coverage. The pitch swung on, popped up on the infield. Infield fly is called. Jared Harris, the second baseman, will make the catch for the first out here in the first inning. Kanoki third, Varney second, Meyer first, Brandon Hogan to the plate. Hogan, the designated hitter tonight for the pitcher, John Will Jenkins. Brandon picked up his 4th win on the hill last night, the victory over Clayton Ridge Elkader Central. Linderwell working out of the stretch, has the sign from Suter, and the first pitch to Hogan swung on and missed as he's over the top of a breaking ball. No balls and 1 strike. Vikes with a golden opportunity here in the top of the first inning of a scoreless game. Suter, the catcher, flashes the sign to Linderwell. He nods his approval, comes to a chest-high set, and the 0-1 delivery is a fastball up. 4-1 ball, 1 strike on Brandon Hogan. Runners lead from their respective bases. Linderwell set again, and the 1-1 delivery up again, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Hogan. Slight breeze blowing out towards left field, but really not enough to cool the temperature at all. The 2-1 delivery swinging a foul at the plate as Hogan ahead of the breaking ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. 2-2 with 1 down and the bases loaded. No score here in the first, and the pitch smacked into left and a base hit. Kanoki will score. Varney will stop at third. An RBI single for Brandon Hogan. And the Vikes draw first blood.
Come on, Ian.
An RBI single for Hogan puts the Vikes on the board. Myers at second. Varney's at third. Ian Smith will look to keep the fun going for Decorah. Infield still up at the corners, back up the middle. The pitch to Ian Smith is a fastball up. 1 ball, no strikes. Linderwell again making his first start of the season, but his 6th appearance. West Delaware had conference games last night, conference games that they made up earlier this afternoon. A curveball inside for 2 balls and no strikes. That was a rainout makeup against Solon, in which they won 17-7 in 5 innings. The pause and the pitch. Smith hits one towards second. It's caught at second by Harris, and doubled up at second is Dawson Meyer. So out of all that, the Vikes only able to muster 1 run. But they do get the lead. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 1 half inning complete. It's Decorah 1 and West Delaware coming to bat. And this is the way the Hawks will line it up. Owen Ward, the third baseman. Damian Black in left field. Max Reidenhauer at shortstop. Kyle Wright at first base. Jared Harris at second base. Reed Hogan, the DH, for Aaron Demmer, the right fielder. Alex Linderwell, the pitcher. Caleb Whitman in center field. Sage Suter, the catcher. And that lineup will face John Will Jenkins for Decorah. John Will getting the start in this game. He's 2-3. This is his 8th start, his 12th appearance. He also has 2 saves, 44 innings, 34 hits, 17 earned runs, 12 walks, 41 strikeouts. Opponents only hitting 160 against him. The Viking defense, pretty much the usual suspects. Minks in left, Varney in center, Phillips in right. Thorsten at third, Meyer at short, Kanoki at second, Marlowe at first, Smith the catcher, and John Will Jenkins the pitcher. The Vikes with the early lead in this one. On a cloudy, humid night in Manchester, again moving the game up just to make sure you get it in. I know a lot of the forecasts aren't calling for rains until later on tonight, but rather be safe than sorry, especially at this time of year, because if you lose this game, there's really not a heck of a lot of time to make this game up. Owen Ward stands in from the right-hand side against the senior right-hander John Will Jenkins, and the first offering grounded towards first, knocked down there by Morrow. It's Karam to Kanoki, a throw to first base with Jenkins covering, and the throw is late, so Ward will reach on the E3. So after an errorless game last night for Decorah, the Vikes with a error to start the game here tonight. A runner at first, nobody out. Damian Black, the batter, left-hand hitter against the right-hander John Will Jenkins. John Will comes to a belly-high set in the first pitch, low and in the dirt. Stopped there by Ian Smith. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Vikes got on the board on a Brandon Hogan RBI single in the top half of the first inning. A lead at first base by Ward. The pause by John Will. The 1-0 delivery is low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. John Will's last outing actually pitched in both games of the doubleheader down at Waverly on Friday night. He was the losing pitcher as the starter in game number 2. The pause, the 2-0 delivery, inside corner for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. And you can't really say in that game that John pitched that bad. It's just Decora's defense wasn't helping anybody out that evening. 2 balls and 1 strike count. John Will comes set in the 2-1 delivery. Chopper to the right side, fielded at second by Kanoki. He'll only have 1 play. It's to first. Black retired 4-3 with Ward moving up to second on the plate. And Max Ridenauer, the shortstop, will be the batter. 1-0 Decorah, bottom of the first inning. Righty-righty matchup. Ridenauer, multi-sport athlete. And a pretty talented one in multi-sports for West Delaware over the past few years. John Will Jenkins comes set. Takes a look back at second and the pitch. Chopper to the right side. Fielded on 2 hops by Kanoki. It's a high throw, but Marlowe able to corral it and leap back down on the bag to retire Ridenauer with Ward moving up to third. There's 2 down in the inning for Kyle Wright. Right, a left-hand hitter against the right-hander Jenkins. Runner at third, 2 down here in the first inning. A 1-0 Decorah lead. John Will working out of the stretch with the runner at third and 2 down. First pitch, a fastball up. It is 1 ball and no strikes. Jenkins comes set. 1-0 delivery. Ground ball towards short. Fielded on 3 hops by Dawson Meyer. He'll throw to first base to retire Wright. And the side is out here in the first inning. 1 Viking error, but 1 runner left. 1 inning complete. We are 1 inning complete. It's 1-0 Decorah.
1 complete. Score.
Top of the second inning we go. It's a 1-0 lead for Decorah due to the threat of weather. This game starting a little earlier than planned tonight. But, again, if you lose this game tonight, there's not a heck of a lot of days to make this one up. The official postseason pairings came out from the Iowa High School Athletic Association today. What we've been telling you about the Decorah district has been true, so the old Norwegian math didn't fail me. On July the 15th, Decorah will take on Crestwood at Waverly at 5 o'clock that evening. And then at 7 o'clock that evening, it'll be Waverly Shell Rock against Charles City. The district opposite that one will be played here in Manchester. West Delaware that night will host Owine at 7 o'clock, and Dubuque-Wahlert will host Independence at 5 o'clock. Here's Trevor Phillips swinging at the first one, driving one deep to left field. That ball is off the fence. Phillips will stand at second with the double, his first extra base hit of the season. Phillips came to the plate ready to attack and put one off the fence in left center field. Trevor at second, nobody out. And the batter is Ryan Thorsten. That's only the second hit of the season for Phillips and the first one for extra bases. Thorsten, the right-hand hitter against the right-hander Linderwill. Decorah gets their leadoff runner on for the second consecutive inning as Linderwill steps off. Ryan bats from the right-hand side against the right-hander Linderwill. The pause and the pitch, swinging a fly ball into shallow right field. A late break from Denner. It'll land in front of him for a base hit. Phillips was waiting to see if that ball was going to be caught, so he does not advance from second, but the Vikes get their first 2 runners on. And the batter will be Cole Minks. 1-0 Decorah, and they're threatening for more in the top of the second inning. Minks, the right-hand hitter against the right-hander Linderwill. Phillips, the runner at second. Hogan, the runner at first. The pause. Minks squares to bunt, lays it down right in front of the plate. Bare hand pickup made by Linderwill. Throw to first base, not in time. Bunt single for Cole Minks. Vikes have him loaded for the second consecutive inning. Phillips third, Thorsten second, Minks first, and now the top of the order and Joe Kanoki will bat. Kanoki led off the game with a base on balls, and he also scored. Left-hander against the right-hander, Linderwell. Infield up, the corners back up the middle, and Joe loops one towards second base. Fielded there on a hop by Harris. He'll go to second for one out. Return throw to first, not in time. Phillips scores on the play, and it's now a 2-0 lead, so Kanoki gets the RBI. Minks retired 4-6 for the first out of the inning, and Thorsten advances to third on the play. So the Vikes get a crooked number on the board here in the second, and Gabe Varney will be the batter. He was hit by a pitch in the first. 2-0 Decorah. Top half of inning number 2, and the first offering to Varney in there for a strike, 0-1. Kanoki with his third RBI in his last 4 ball games on that fielder's choice. The 0-1 delivery. Chopper to the right side. Charged there by Wright. An underhand toss to first base with the second baseman Harris covering. And the throw is in time to retire Varney on the play. Thorsten able to score to make it a 3-0 ball game. So 2 down in the inning. Kanoki advances to second. 2 in, and the batter is Dawson Meyer, who actually had a bunt single in the first inning. He was laying down the bunt to sacrifice, and nobody bothered to cover first base as Dawson looks at a strike on the outer half on a breaking ball, 0-1. So 1 in the first, 2 in the second for Decorah. It's a 3-0 lead as we play the top half of the second inning. Linderwell ready in the 0-1. Hit well. Deep left field. Retreating is Black. That ball is over his head and one hopping against the fence. Kanoki scores easily on the double by Dawson Meyer. It's 4-0 Decorah. So Dawson Meyer with a double to left to score Kanoki. A 3 spot now here in the second inning. A 4-0 lead for Decorah. And the batter is Jake Marlowe. So Decorah gets their first 2-out run of the night. Marlowe will look to add to the total after popping out to second in the first 0-for-1. And the first offering. Outside corner for a strike, 0-1. We're in the second inning. Got things going about 5:18 tonight. It was scheduled for 5:30, but with threatening weather, you might as well get it in. Softly hit ground ball toward short. Charging there is Ridenhour. He'll throw on the run to first base to retire Marlowe. And the side is out here in the second inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, 1 left. We are an inning and a half complete. Decorah leads at 4-0. 4 runs on 6 hits thus far for Decorah. John Will Jenkins got 4 ground balls in inning number 1. One of them wasn't fielded by Decorah. The other 3 fielded cleanly by the Vikings. We go to the second inning. It'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7 for West Delaware. In the second, Jared Harris, Reed Hogan, and Alex Linderwell. Again, going back to those postseason pairings, they became official today. They were posted on the Iowa High School Athletic Association website. Ground ball to short, picked up there by Dawson Meyer. He'll throw on to first base. 1 pitch, 1 out, as Harris retired 6-3. 1 down in the inning for the designated hitter, Reed Hogan. 4-0 Decorah, bottom of the second. Decorah will take on Crestwood at Waverly on July 15th at 5 o'clock. At 7 o'clock that night at Waverly, it'll be Waverly, Showrock, and Charles City. Those 2 winners will play in the district final on July 18th. The pitch goes low. It is 1 ball, no strikes on Hogan. That is district number 5. District number 6 will be played here in Manchester. Dubuque Wahlert will take on Independence at 5. Breaking ball low, 2 balls, no strikes. And then West Delaware will take on Owine at 7 on July 15th. The winners will play in the district final on July the 18th. And then on July the 20th, 2-0 delivery, swung on and missed, challenged him with the fastball, and Hogan not up to the challenge, 2 balls and 1 strike. The sub-state final will be played at Independence. Sub-state number 3 final. John Will with the 2-1, swinging a foul back to the screen. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I know historically, you look at a first-round matchup against Cresco and look at that with a lot of confidence, but that Crestwood team playing some pretty good baseball. They beat Waverly last night and were tied with them when the second game was suspended. A curveball is taken for strike 3 on the inside edge by Hogan, and there's 2 down in the second inning. 2 down, nobody on, and the pitcher against pitcher matchup of John Will against Alex Linderwill will take place right now. Righty-righty matchup, and the pitch blowing in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. When Crestwood beat Waverly last night in game 1 of the doubleheader, and New Hampton swept walk-on, that clinched the conference title for New Hampton, who is now done with conference play. 1-0 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Waverly Shellrock will finish second. Owine and Crestwood still up in the air. Crestwood's at walk-on. Owine's at Waverly Shellrock to finish third. Pitch swung on, and he went on a curveball. Linderwell tried to check his swing, but unsuccessful in his attempt. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vikings will finish 5th in the conference, no matter what happens Friday night against Charles City. Pitch outside, just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Linderwell with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. It's 4-0 lead for Decorah. John Will ready, and the 2-2 offering swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Ian Smith applies the tag for good measure, and the Hawks go down in order in inning number 2. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the third. It's a 4-0 lead for Decorah.
West Delaware 0.
4-0 Decorah. A single tally in the first inning, 3 in the second inning. It was an RBI single by Brandon Hogan in the first inning. An RBI fielder's choice by Kanoki, an RBI ground out by Varney, and an RBI double by Dawson Meyer in inning number 2. And the Vikes had 2 extra base hits in the same inning. And extra base hits have been few and far between. It's just, this is an offensive team that doesn't have a lot of pop. The Vikings now have 193 total hits on the season, and only 16 have gone for extra bases. They have 15 doubles and 1 triple. Hogan takes the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. Hogan, an RBI single to left to score Kanoki in the first. He's 1 for 1. Brandon's been swinging a pretty good bat as of late. The 1-0 delivery is low from Linderwell. It's 2 balls and no strikes. The Vikes have been pretty aggressive in their approach at the plate. Linderwell has only thrown 30 pitches here early in the third. The 2-0 in there for a strike. It's 2-1. The sun has popped out from beneath the clouds once again. The lights were on when we got here about an hour ago here at the Beckman Sports Complex. 2-1 delivery, ground ball towards left and a base hit. Past the lunging Ward at third. And the Vikings already with 7 hits against Alex Linderwill. A runner at first, nobody out, and Ian Smith will be the batter. Popped to second in the first, 0 for 1. So Decorah has gotten their leadoff runner on in 3 straight innings. In fact, they got their first 3 on in the first 2 innings. Smith 0 for 1. Linderwell steps off and sends Hogan back to the bag. Linderwell comes to a chest-high set. Squaring to bunt is Smith, and the curveball goes behind him. Good job by Suter behind the plate, adjusting to avoid runner advancement. 1 ball, no strikes. Linderwell comes set, and the 1-0 delivery bunted right in front of the plate. Bare-hand pickup made by the catcher, Suter. He'll throw to first base with right covering. And a 2-3 sacrifice is complete with Hogan moving to second base. Suter finally took command. It almost looked like it was going to turn into one of those I got it, you get it situation as Ward from third was charging hard, but Suter able to make the play. And now Phillips will be the batter. He had a double to left and scored in the second inning. His first extra base hit of the season as Phillips flies one towards center field. After it is the center fielder Whitman. He dives. He can't get there. Hogan will stop at third, and Phillips has himself a two-hit day. First and third with one down, and Ryan Thorsten will look to keep the fun going for Decorah. 8 hits so far for the Vikings. Thorsten had one of them, a single to right. He also scored in.
How about third baseman Ryan Thurston?
The second inning. 4-0 Decorah here in the top of the third. Hawks playing their second game of the day. They had a rain-out makeup against Solon. As the pitch to Thorsten, ground ball to the left side field, at short by Reidenhauer. Goal to second for one out. Throw to first base, not in time. Fielder's choice scores the run. Thorsten gets an RBI as Hogan scores the 5th run of the day for Decorah, and it's a 5-0 lead for the Vikings. So Thorsten gets the RBI, and the number 9 hitter Cole Minks will be the batter. 8 hits for Decorah, and 2 2/3 off of Linderwell. There is action in the bullpen as Minks bunts up the third base side. Ward tries to field it. He can't field it cleanly. Minks is going to get another bunt single. So Cole laid it down the third base side. Even if Ward fields it cleanly, he's probably going to have a tough time getting the always hustling Cole Minks. First and second, 2 down, 1 in here in the third. Joe Kanoki up for the third time in as many frames. The left-hand hitter has walked and scored and had a fielder's choice in the second inning. Knocked in a run and scored as Joe fouls the first pitch off. No balls and 1 strike. Linderwell in for the side, comes set, takes a look at second in the 0-1, swinging a foul, third base side, and out of play. So it's 0-2 on Kanoki. Two down in the inning. Runners at first and second, a 5-0 lead for Decorah. Linderwell approves his sign, comes set, and the 0-2 delivery low and in the dirt. Suter able to get down to his knees and get the chest protector in front of that one. So it's 1-2. Thorsten off a second, Minks off a first. And the 1-2 delivery towards second base on 3 hops, fielded there by Harris. He'll throw to first base to retire Kanoki and the side here in the third. Vikes add to their total 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We are 2.5 innings complete. It is Decorah leading by a 5-0 margin. Welcome back to Manchester, everybody. Darren Swenson with you. Josh Fildy providing moral support or immoral support, whichever you prefer, sitting next to me tonight. Which one is it, Spildy?
Either one that works.
All right. Caleb Whitman stands in, the number 8 hitter in the batting order for West Delaware. And Whitman swings the first one, pops one towards shallow left center field. Varney coming in medium depth center. He will make the catch. One center fielder retires the other. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the third inning. Coming up tomorrow night, we'll have Decorah Vikings softball on the air. The Vikings softball team will open up postseason play at Mason City. 7 o'clock start time for the broadcast tomorrow night. Sage Suter will be the batter. Righty matchup. First pitch in the dirt from John Will. 1 ball, no strikes. And then Friday night will be back at Olensack Field in Decorah, as Decorah will take on Charles City. Final conference games of the season will be a conference doubleheader beginning at 5:30 that night. 1-0 delivery, ground ball towards third, snagged well by Thorsten on one hop. He'll throw on to first base to retire Suter. 2 down here in the inning. 2 down, nobody on. And Owen Ward, who was the only base runner for West Delaware the first time through the order, will stand in. He reached on a Jake Marlowe error in the first, got to third, but was stranded there. John Will getting a lot of ground balls thus far as Ward fouls one at the plate towards the third base West Delaware dugout. No balls and 1 strike. The bench is on both sides unprotected, so you got to be a little bit more heads up here as compared to other places. There is some action in the West Delaware bullpen. No balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Smack towards third. Backhand stop made by Thorsten. Throws across the diamond to retire Ward. And 3 up, 3 down here in the third inning. 3 innings complete. It is Decorah 5, West Delaware nothing. Top half of inning number 4 coming. Vikes have scored in every inning thus far. And John Will Jenkins has retired 9 of the 10 men he has faced. So a good start for Decorah, as Linderwell still pitching for West Delaware. There was some action in the bullpen for the Hawks in between games. Casey Wenger was warming up down the left field line. Coming to you from the Beckman Sports Complex here in Manchester. It's a complex on the north side of town, just down the street from the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Gabe Varney will lead things off here in the 4th inning. Varney, Meyer, and Marlowe in a 5-0 lead for Decorah. Varney bats from the left-hand side of the plate. Fastball up from Linderwell as he just threw his 41st pitch of the game. 1 ball, no strikes. Varney hit by a pitch in the 1st inning and had an RBI ground out in the 2nd. 1-0 delivery, ground ball towards second. It's a roller picked up by Harris. He moves to his left and throws on the run. And Varney retired 4-3. 1 down in the inning. And the batter is Dawson Meyer. Meyer 2 for 2. Bunt single in the 1st, RBI double in the 2nd. Fastball up. 1 ball, no strikes as Meyer tried to get out of the way of that one successfully. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Linderwell working out of the stretch for some reason right now. Here's ground ball headed towards left. Backhand stop made by Reidenhauer. He'll pick it up and throw to first base and get his fellow shortstop by a step. 2 down here in the inning. The Varney ground out was the first time Linderwell retired the first batter of a frame. 2 down here in the inning. And the batter is Jake Marlowe. Marlowe 0 for 2, popped to second in the 1st, grounded to short in the 3rd. 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd for Decorah. They lead it 5-0. Marlowe first ball swing, grounds 1 towards third on 2 hops. Gloved easily by Ward. He'll throw across the diamond to retire Marlowe and the side in the 4th. 3 up, 3 down, halfway home. Here tonight at the Beckman Sports Complex in Manchester. Decorah leading by a 5-0 margin. Offense has provided 9 hits and 5 runs. Defensively, there's been 1 error thus far, but John Will Jenkins has retired 9 of the 10 men he has faced to this point. We'll see if the Hawks figure out anything second time through the order against him. It's a 5-0 lead for Decorah as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. On a cloudy, hot, humid night in Manchester. Damian Black grounded to second his first time up 0 for 1. And a lot of ground balls from John Will Jenkins thus far. Of the 9 outs that have been recorded, 6 have been ground ball outs. 1 fly out and 2 strikeouts for John Will thus far. And through 3 innings, he's only thrown 24 pitches as Black Looks at the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. If you weren't with us earlier, West Delaware made up a Wamack game before this one against Solon and won 17-7 in 5 innings. The 1-0 delivery missed inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes to count. And that win snapped an 8-game losing streak for the Hawks, who are 21-13 coming into this one, but they are the number 1 seed in district number 6. 2-0 delivery, outside corner on the breaking ball for a strike to the left-hand hitting Black. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count in the pitch. Just missed inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's the first time John has gone to a 3-ball count on a West Delaware hitter. Jenkins ready, and the 3-1. High and outside, ball 4. Black takes first base. Black becomes the first base runner since Ward reached on an error to start the bottom of the first inning. Runner at first, nobody out. Max Ridenauer to the plate, grounded to second his first time up 0 for 1. 5-0 to Cora, bottom of the 4th. Ridenauer swings and fouls one at the plate. It is no balls and 1 strike against John Will Jenkins. John Will steps off and throws him over to first base, and that sends Damian Black back to the bag diving at first base. John Will comes to a belly high set, and the 0-1 delivery, ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So the Hawks in business, first and second, with nobody out here in the 4th inning. Black at second, Ridenauer at first, and the cleanup hitter Kyle Wright will be the batter. He grounded to short his first time up in the first, 0 for 1.
Heads up, no, we're going infield.
Right left-hand hitter against the right-hander Jenkins. Pause by Jenkins, a look at second, a bunt from right up the third base side. John Will barehand and throw to first base. The ball gets away from Marlowe. Runner coming to the plate, Black. He will score. Moving to third is Ridenauer. It's a 5-1 advantage for Decorah. So we'll give Wright a sacrifice. And on the E1, Wright will reach and Black will score.
Jared Harris.
So the Hawks get their first 3 on here in the 4th inning and get their first run across. They have runners at the corner, still nobody out. And the batter is Jared Harris, who grounded to short in the second, 0 for 1. 5-1 to Cora, bottom of the 4th inning. At first base, Wright. At third base, Ridenauer. And the first pitch swung on. Fly ball right field. After it is Trevor Phillips. He will make the catch. Tagging at third is Ridenauer. He will score on the sacrifice fly by Harris. And it's a 5-2 ball game. 1 out in the inning and a runner at first.
How about the designated hitter?
And Reed Hogan steps in for West Delaware. Hogan struck out looking in the 2nd inning. The pause and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. A lead at first base by Wright. The pause and the 1-0. Ground ball towards third. Fielded on a hop and a half by Thorsten. And a throw to first base. Marlowe applies the tag on Reed Hogan. As things got a little physical over there for a second. But the out recorded as Wright moves to second. 2 down in the inning. And Alex Linderwell will try to help his own cause. He struck out swinging to end the second, 0 for 1. 5-2 to Cora. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Linderwell steps in and John Will tosses one to him, and it's a one-hopper right back to John Will, and he'll throw on to first base to retire the side. 2 runs on 1 hit, helped out by 1 Decorah error and 1 runner left. We are 4 innings complete. It's a 5-2 lead for Decorah. 5th inning we go. Glad you're with us tonight from Manchester. A 5-1 lead for Decorah. Glad you're with us on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.com. AM 1240 KDEC Decorah, since it's that top of the hour and time for the legal ID. Thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight, especially a former All-State pitcher and a former mediocre left fielder tuning in tonight. Hogan, Smith, and Phillips in the top half of the fifth inning.
The designated hitter, Brandon.
Hogan 2 for 2, an RBI single in the first, singled and scored in the third. Vikings with 9 hits thus far, West Delaware with 1. Vikings with 2 errors, West Delaware with none. As Hogan swings the first one, flies one foul down the right field line and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Linderwell still throwing for West Delaware. Next offering will be his 47th. The 0-1 delivery, low and in the dirt. It's 1 ball and 1 strike count. Smith and Phillips will follow here in the fifth inning. 5-9-2 for Decorah, 2-1-0 for West Delaware. Linderwell making his first start. He works out of the stretch even though there's no runners on base. Pitch outside to Brandon Hogan. 2 balls and 1 strike count. Smith and Phillips will follow here in the fifth as Hogan swings and pops one into left field. Damian Black coming in out the shortstop Ridenauer, and Ridenauer will make the catch in shallow to medium depth left for the first out here in the fifth inning. So Linderwell has now retired 5 in a row after giving up 9 hits the first 2 times through the order. Ian Smith swings the first one. He's 0 for 1 with the sacrifice. He pops out to short as Ridenauer corrals it right near his defensive position at short, and there's 2 down in the inning. So quickly 2 up, 2 down in the fifth, and the batter is Trevor Phillips. Doubled and scored in the second, and single to right in the third. Ridenauer comes set in the first offering, swinging a foul back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Phillips 2 for 2. Doubling his hit total for the season here tonight. The 0-1 delivery, ground ball to the right side, picked up there by Harris on 3 hops. He'll throw to first base to retire Phillips. And the side is out in the fifth inning. Another 3 up, 3 down inning. We head to the bottom half of the fifth inning. It's 5-2 Decorah. 5-2 the score. Decorah on top as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. John Will Jenkins throwing well. He's walked 1. He's allowed 1 hit, given up 1 unearned run, and struck out 2.
For the Hawks, center fielder, Caleb Whitman.
Caleb Whitman, Sage Suter, and Owen Ward. Hitters 8, 9, and 1 in the fifth inning for West Delaware as Whitman tried to hold up on a curveball but couldn't do it. Home plate umpire Chris Oberbrockling calls it a swing, and it's no balls and 1 strike. 0-1 from John Will, breaking ball low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. John Will very economical with the pitches tonight. His next offering will be only number 38. 1 ball, 1 strike count. John Will with the 1-1, swung on and missed. That's a beauty of a curveball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Vikes trying to win their second in a row and their 6th in their last 8 games. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, right field. Out is Kanoki, in is Phillips. Kanoki will make the catch directly in front of Phillips in shallow right field from his second base position. 1 down here in the fifth inning. 1 down, nobody on. Sage Suter will be the batter. Grounded to third in the third inning, 0 for 1. Vikings up by a 5-2 margin. John Will, first offering outside. 1 ball and no strikes. In case you're just joining us, Vikes got a run in the first inning. On a RBI single by Brandon Hogan. Pitch swung on, fly ball left field. Coming in is Cole Minks, and he'll make a routine two-handed head-high grab in medium depth left for the second out of the inning. Vikes got 2 more in the second inning. Or rather, 3 more in the second inning. An RBI fielder's choice by Kanoki, RBI ground out by Varney, and an RBI double by Meyer. Vikes added another in the third inning, an RBI fielder's choice by Ryan Thorsten. As Owen Ward takes the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. He reached on an error in the first, grounded to third in the third. Hawks got 2 runs in the fourth inning, 1 on an error and 1 on a sacrifice fly. Pitch, fastball up, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to count. 5-2 to Cora. Bottom of the 5th inning. On a hot, humid night here in Manchester. 2-0, ground ball towards short. Picked up there by Meyer. He'll throw to first base. And did Marlowe keep his foot on the bag? He did not. Ward beat it out anyway. Meyer took his time at shortstop, and Ward, a quick customer moving up the line, and he'll get the infield hit. A runner at first, 2 down in the inning. And the batter is Damian Black. Grounded to second in the first, walked and scored in the fourth. 5-2. Decorah here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. First offering, fastball up, 1 ball, no strikes. Move to first base, back to the bag is Ward. Another move to first base, and Ward back once again. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Damian Black, who scored 1 of the 2 runs for West Delaware. 5-2 to Cora as Black swings and misses at the next offering from John Will. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Damian Black. Away from first is Ward. John Will comes set. 1-1 delivery. Fastball up. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Two and 1. John Will comes set. The 2-1. Outside corner for a strike. It's 2-2 now. So the deuce is wild. In fact, they're really wild. 2-2, 2 down on number 22. 5-2 to Cora, bottom of the 5th inning. John Will comes set. And the 2-2 delivery, check swing high on a fastball. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Traveling time for Owen Ward at first base. Three and 2, and John Will moves over there to keep Ward honest. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. The 3-2 delivery, swing and a foul at the plate. Ian Smith couldn't quite hang on to it. So Black will get another chance. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 down, 5th inning. A 5-2 lead for Decorah. And another 3-2 swung on and missed. Off speed offering outside edge. John Will gets his 3rd strikeout. And the side is out here in the 5th inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 6th. It is a 5-2 lead for Decorah.
Complete inning, the score is Decorah 5.
5 innings complete. Decorah on top as Alex Linderwell returns to the hill. He's settled down. He had a very rough first 3 innings, giving up 9 hits and 5 runs, but ever since a Minks bunt single back in the 3rd inning, he has retired now 7 men in a row. And Decora has been pretty aggressive at the plate. He's only thrown 52 pitches through his 5 innings.
Third baseman, Brian Thurston.
Ryan Thorsten will start things here in the inning, and a ground ball or a line drive caught at first base by Kyle Wright. 1 down here in the 6th inning. 1 down, nobody on, and Minks will be the batter. Two bunt singles for Minks, one in the 2nd, one in the 3rd. And Minks swings the first one, and it's a fair ball up the left field line. Minks with a turn at first base. He'll put the brakes on after a big turn. After Black got to the ball quickly. And Cole Minks is now 3 for 3 on the night. A runner at first, 1 down, and the batter is Joe Kanoki. Walked and scored in the 1st, RBI fielder's choice, and a run scored in the 2nd, and a ground out in the 3rd. A move to first base sends Minks back to the bag. Linderwell comes set, and the pitch, line drive caught at second base by Harris, and he'll throw to first base to double up Minks. So Kanoki hit it on a nose. Harris there to make the play. Minks was off the bag and gets doubled up. And on 3 pitches, the Vikings retired in the 6th inning. 1 hit, nobody left. Bottom of the 5th inning we go. Or bottom of the 6th inning we go, I should say. It's a 5-2 lead for Decorah.
Shortstop, Max Ridenauer.
John Will Jenkins has given up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He's walked 1 and he's struck out 3 through 5 innings, throwing only 51 pitches in the process. Max Ridenauer will start things here in the 6th inning. And we'll look at the first one low and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Ridenauer grounded to second in the 1st and singled and scored in the 4th inning. 5-2 Decorah, bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0 delivery, swinging a foul, right side out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. If the Vikings are able to finish the task tonight, they will surpass the win total of last year's squad. Last year was a 15-18 squad. Vikings trying to win number 16 here tonight. 1-1 delivery, ground ball towards third, and it's a fair ball into the left field corner. Ridenauer with a turn at first base. He'll put the brakes on there, and for the 2nd time in 6 frames, West Delaware gets their leadoff runner on. And their only run-scoring inning back in the 4th inning was the only other time it happened. Kyle Wright reached on a sacrifice and an error in the 4th inning. That was after he grounded out to short in the 1st. 5-2 Decorah, runner at first, nobody out, bottom of the 6th. And the pitch, low. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Short lead at first base by Ridenauer. The pause by John Will and the 1-0 in there for a strike. It's 1-1 now.
Way to go, John Will.
Away from first base is Ridenauer, and a move to first base. Close play, and Ridenauer back to the bag diving. Back in there by a whisker. Only because he didn't shave today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pause and the 1-1. Breaking ball just missed inside. 2 balls, 1 strike on the West Delaware cleanup man, Kyle Wright. And another move to first base and a pickoff that time as Ridenauer erased from the base pass on the pickoff by John Will. His last throw over was very close, and that time he was retired. So a leadoff single erased. It's 2-1 on Kyle Wright, with now 1 down in the 6th inning. Wright 0 for 1 with the sacrifice. John Will back to the windup, and the 2-1 delivery. Ground ball towards third, fielded there by Ryan Thorsten. He'll throw across the diamond, a high throw, and the high throw pulled Marlowe off the bag. E5 will allow Wright to reach. And now the pickoff deems a little larger as Wright reaches. Granted, if there was a runner at first base in that situation, you would have probably gotten the lead runner at second, as Jared Harris will be the batter. 1 on, 1 out here in the 6th. First pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Harris grounded to short in the 2nd. A sacrifice fly in the 4th. A 5-2 lead for the Cora. Bottom half of the 6th inning. The 1-0 delivery swung on and a ground ball towards third. Thorsten will field. He'll throw across the diamond, this time on target to Marlowe, with Wright moving. And there's 2 down in the inning. Wright at second, 2 down. Reed Hogan, the batter. Hogan now will get lifted for a pinch hitter, and that will be Aaron Demmer. Demmer was the man he was hitting for as the DH, so Demmer will now bat here in the 6th inning. Hogan was 0 for 2. Runner at second, 2 down. 5-2 to Cora, bottom half of the 6th inning. Away from second is Wright. To the pause, John Will. A look back at second and the pitch. Breaking ball outside corner for a strike, 0-1. John Will comes set, and the 0-1 offering swung on a ground ball to the right side. Kanoki to his left, able to keep it on the infield. Now the runner at second will try to go to the plate. The throw to the plate, and around the tag of Smith is Wright. It's now a 5-3 ball game.
Wow.
So Aaron Demmer with a single to right to score Wright. Coach Owensack out to argue the call with Oberbrockling, but to no avail. It's now a 2-run ball game, and now the tying run coming to the plate for West Delaware. In the person of Alex Linderwill. Linderwill struck out swinging in the 2nd and grounded the pitcher in the 4th. Wright, or actually, there's going to be a pinch hitter here. It'll be Nolan Linus for Linderwill, who was 0 for 2. As the throw went home, Demmer moved up to second base. First pitch low from John Will Jenkins. 1 ball, no strikes. Demmer away from second. John Will comes to a pause, takes 2 looks back there, and the 1-0 delivery to Linus goes low. Runner goes, throw to third base, well off the bag. And moving up to third is Demmer. The ball got a little bit of away from Ian Smith, and moving up to third will be Demmer. John Will work out of the stretch with the 2-0 count on Linus, and the pitch swung on. Chopper up the middle, fielded at second by Kanoki. Throw to first base to retire to Linus. And the side is out here in the 6th inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. 6 innings complete. It's a 5-3 lead for Decorah. Alex Linderwill, after a rocky start, has settled down well. He has faced the minimum in the last 3 innings. And he's only thrown 55 pitches through 6 innings. Decorah will look for some insurance here with Varney, Meyer, and Marlowe. Vikings got 5 runs in the first 3 innings. An RBI single by Hogan in the first. RBI ground out, or RBI fielder's choice by Kanoki. RBI ground out by Varney, and a 2-out RBI double by Meyer in the 2nd. An RBI fielder's choice by Thorsten in the 3rd. Hawks got a run on an error and a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning, and an Aaron Demmer 2-out RBI single in the 6th inning. Made it a 5-3 ball game. Gabe Varney, Dawson Meyer, and Jake Marlowe. 2, 3, and 4 due here in the 7th inning. Varney hit by a pitch in the first, RBI ground out in the second, and a ground out to second here in the third, and Varney hits it on a line, but right at Kyle Wright. One down here in the seventh inning. So one down in the frame, and the batter is Dawson Meyer. Meyer singled to left in the first, RBI double in the second, and grounded to short in the fourth. So Dawson with a 2-for-3 night, and he'll look at a strike outside edge. No balls, one strike. Hawks will have 8, 9, and 1 due in the bottom of the seventh inning. Slowly hit ground ball towards third, fielded there by Ward. He double clutches and throws to first base. And on a bang-bang play, Meyer retired 5-3, 2 down here in the seventh inning. And Jake Marlowe will be the batter. He's 0-for-3. 5-3 to Cora here in the seventh. Marlowe popped to second in the first, grounded to short in the second, and grounded to third in the fourth, up again here in the seventh. And he hits one towards left, but a backhand stop made by Reidenauer. He'll throw to first base. Keeping his foot on the bag was Wright. And that's that in the seventh inning.
Come on, guys, use gloves out there.
3 up, 3 down. Vikes will try to close it out next. They lead at 5-3. 2 balls, no strikes on Caleb Whitman to start things here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Whitman flew out to center in the third, popped to second in the fifth. 5-3 to Cora, starting the bottom of the seventh inning. Pitch outside corner for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike, I'm sorry. Two balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Low and in the dirt, it's 3-1. John Will has only walked 1 on the night. He struck out 3 and given up 4 hits to this point. Of course, if a runner reaches, the tying run comes to the plate, and the curveball doesn't curve, and Whitman hit in the keister. He gives a little bit of a look out to John Will. Don't know what the heck that was all about, but nonetheless, Tom Kanoki will come into this game. John Will done after 6+ innings. We'll tell you more about Tom Kanoki here in a moment. Runner at first and nobody out, and Tom Kanoki coming into the game for Decorah. This is a save situation. Kanoki 3-0 on the season, a 2.39 ERA. Opponents hitting 147 against him. The number 9 hitter in the Hawk lineup, Sage Sutter. Grounded to third in the third and flew out to left in the fifth. Runner at first, nobody out. Whitman was hit by a Jenkins pitch, and Tom Kanoki now in to try to put out the fire. First pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the order, and Owen Ward on deck. Suter representing the tying run for West Delaware. 5-3 to Cora, nobody out, runner at first, bottom of the seventh inning. 1-0 delivery, swung on and missed. Good fastball, 1-1. 1-1 the count. Kanoki comes set, a look at first. Tom delivers the 1-1, and it's a beauty of a curveball taken for a strike, and it's 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Kanoki comes set, and the 1-2 delivery. Ground ball towards third, foul. It was fielded to the left of the bag up the third base side. And Suter will stay in there with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Kanoki in at Ian Smith for the sign. He comes set, a lead at first by Whitman, and the 1-2 swung on and missed at a curveball. And there's 1 down here in the inning. Now the top of the order, and Owen Ward will be the batter. Ward's been on base 2 of 3 times, reached on an error in the first, grounded to third in the third, and reached on an infield single in the fifth. 5-3 to Cora, bottom half of the seventh, 1 on, 1 out. Kanoki delivers, and the pitch, beauty of a curveball taken on the outside edge to the right hand, hitting Ward for a strike. It's 0-1. The pause by Kanoki. The 0-1 offering. Fastball in the dirt, lower half. It's 1 ball and 1 strike count. One and 1 the count. A couple of steps off the bag at first is Whitman. Kanoki ready, the 1-1. Swinging a pop-up foul, first base side, out of play. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes as it lands just to our left.
Take him now.
1-2 now on Owen Ward. Kanoki comes to a chest-high set. And the 1-2 delivery, ground ball past Kanoki, fielded out short by Meyer, but he bobbles it, and everyone's going to be safe. 4th error of the night on Decorah. Ward reaches on an error for the 2nd time. Tying run on base. Go-ahead run to the plate, or technically the winning run to the plate for West Delaware. Damian Black grounded to 2nd in the 1st, walked and scored in the 2nd, and struck out swinging in the 4th. Whitman at 2nd, Ward at 1st, 1 down here in the inning. 5-3 to Cora, and Black takes the first pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. So after an errorless game last night, the Vikings being generous once again tonight defensively. 1-0 delivery, fastball up, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. With Max Ridenauer on deck, and he's 2 for 3. A 5-3 lead for Decorah, bottom half of the 7th inning. Kanoki comes set, runners go, pitch fouled third base side over the West Delaware dugout. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Whitman at 2nd, Ward at 1st. They lead from their bases. Kanoki has the sign from Smith, comes to a pause, and the 2-1 delivery sails outside for 3 balls and 1 strike now. Three and 1 the count. Kanoki ready. 3-1 delivery, hit him in the back. 2 hit batters and an error have put the tying run at 2nd base and the winning run at 1st here in the 7th inning. And now Ian Smith out to have a conversation with Tom Kanoki. The batter will be Max Ridenauer. Grounded to 2nd in the 1st, singled and scored in the 4th, and singled to left in the 6th. The Hawks have scored 3 unanswered runs since the Vikings had a 5-0 lead in the first 3 innings of this game. Infield up at the corners, back up the middle. First offering to Ridenauer outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Kanoki trying to save it for John Will Jenkins. Tom out of the stretch in the 1-0. Fastball up, 2 balls, no strikes to count. Kanoki takes a deep breath, steps to the rubber. Gets the sign from Ian Smith, comes set. And the 2-0 delivery swung on, line drive up the middle and a base hit. Scoring is Whitman. Ward rounding 3rd. He's coming to the plate. He will score, and we're tied at 5. Max Ridenauer now 3 for 4. With 2 RBI on the night. Vikings hit 2 batters, commit an error, and allow the tying run to score. Now the winning run's at 2nd base. There's still only 1 out in the inning. And Kyle Wright will be the batter. Wright grounded to short in the 1st, reached on a sacrifice and an error in the 4th, and reached on another error in the 6th inning as the pitch goes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Kanoki comes set, looks back at second, the 1-0 delivery inside again. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Vikes led 5-0 after 3. West Delaware 2 in the first, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th inning. The pitch swung on a ground ball up the middle, fielded by Kanoki. Goes to Dawson Meyer for the first out. Goes to second for first. Not in time. Throw to the plate as the runner comes around third. He scores, and West Delaware wins it by a 6-5 margin. Kyle Wright hits into a fielder's choice. The Vikes not able to turn the double play. Damian Black never stopped. Around third base, came to the plate and scored. And West Delaware scores 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning, scores 6 unanswered, and defeats Decorah by a 6-5 margin.
4-5, West Delaware 6.
So the Hawks get 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 error and 1 left in the 7th inning. All told in the ball game, West Delaware 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 5 left. Decorah with 5 runs on 10 hits. They commit 4 errors, or rather 5 errors on the night, and leave 5 runners. Alex Linderwell is the winning pitcher for West Delaware. Linderwell now has a record on the season of 1-1. The losing pitcher for Decorah is Tom Kanoki. He is now 3-1 on the season. So the Vikings now 15-12 on the season, and West Delaware improves to 22-13. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If not the outcome, final score 6-5 West Delaware. We'll be with you from Mason City tomorrow night as the Decorah softball team opens up postseason play, taking on the Mason City Mohawks. The start time tomorrow night of 7 o'clock. So for our entire KDEC sports team, for the immoral support of Josh Billy, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from Manchester. West Delaware wins at 6-5. Thanks a bunch for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night.